Coming up, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 80, Ralph Nunchuk BUDDUCCI. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we'll be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 80, Ralph Nunchuk BUDDUCCI. So this figure we actually got a hold of a little earlier than expected. So here he is. We did have plans to put up his driver today, but it's actually going to be Nunchuk, because we want to go ahead and get him out the way, and we'll do back to back with the his crew and then the 788 team. So anyways, here you have it. Your, I guess, first official Night Force member, or Night Force figure for the Classified series, and Nunchuk. So get a look at his box. Looks like he's got a city in the background. I'm not entirely sure what that is right there. It looks like maybe it could be a train, or is it some type of, maybe a transformer, like, you know, an energy transformer, not a robot in disguise. Here we have an artist render, his accessories. Flip around to the side. Picture right there, number 80. Flip to the back. And get a close up of the stats real quick. Put this back out. Figure stands at 6.1 inches. You have a close up of one of his shoulder bells here, and then I guess the headband going around the head wrap. Accessories. Here, your QR code, and nothing else. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and pop him open. But first, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for future content. All right, so let's break out Trusty Dusty. Wasn't actually going to be sure if I was going to use this for the rest of the week, but here we are, and he is being used. Pieces out. Accessory box did not work out. Get that off to the side right here. There he is, Nunchuk. Pretty cool looking. That's what I expected. You can actually see the camo in his green, so that's cool. Or tiger stripes, whatever you want to call it. Looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and pluck these little tabs and get him out. To the side. So there you go, cardboard dungeon, the black and white artist render. Always cool. And here is Nunchuk. He's pretty nice looking. I like it. I like them shoulder pieces. This is more the size I think that should have went on the Steel Brigades, because these fit more naturally looking. You don't have that giant, you know, Captain America style shoulder piece. Going to the head, doesn't look like that wrap comes off. It is attached. It's got a nice little shoulder harness. Comes around, grenade on this side, knife sheath on this side. Two mini sword sheaths on either side right here. It's got the gauntlets on. He's got the wrapped legs, you know, you put the toe creases in the front. Very cool. It's got some spots on the back of his belt here for the nunchucks themselves. So let's go over his articulation. Head can go forward that far, back that far. Of course, the head wrap is limiting the mobility. Movable neck. Head is on a ball joint and can rotate that full 360. And kind of twisted his neck up some, so let's get that straightened back out. Shoulders, you have butterfly joints. There is bicep swivel, which will allow it to turn with them shoulder pads on, so that's great. He does have these double jointed pinless elbows. Come down to the wrist, and the hands are on hitch pegs, so they can move down that far. up that far. You get a shot at the hand. He's got the kind of 2-finger split right here. You think maybe he would use that for some size or something, but he does not have any. This hand is more of a trigger hand. All right, ab crunch, forward that far, back that far. He's got some waist swivel, not much, but it's there. He's got drop legs, rotating thighs. So he's got double jointed pinless knees that are super tight and don't want to crack on me. That's all right, I'm gonna put them in that type of pose. Go down, you have swivel at the shin, you know, right at the top of the, I guess, leg wraps. Coming down to the foot, right at the ankle, you have that hinge, so he can go forward that far, up that far, and you got your side to side pivot. So pretty cool. Bottom knees are a bit stiff and don't want to break to allow some more stuff, but that's all right. I'm not going to put him in a weird kind of postured stance, but I'm going to check his balance out. A little back heavy, but he'll do. He looks good. So let's move on to the accessory box. We have Ralph Nunchuk BUDDUCCI, number 80, G.I. Joe 80. Check this out. Get the goodies. Crap. G.I. Joe Cobra bag, which almost feels by far the lightest I've ever felt on some of these accessory bags before. Go ahead and tear that open and get them goods out. And a couple more things. There we go. Get that out of here. Alright, so let's go over everything. And here you have one of his swords. He does have a pair of these. Very cool looking. Got some serration right here. Curved blade coming up, almost like a cutlass. Coming down, he has a rather thin handle, which is different. Kind of these odd points that are coming off, you know, right there, I guess where the tang kind of meets the blade, and then you have the lower part of the tang kind of wrapped in a green. It's just paint, but could be some wrappings. Looks pretty cool, unique, different, new mold. We haven't seen this before, so they're pretty cool. All right, next up we have the hand claws, which he also has a pair of right here. These are pretty new. Haven't seen these before either. So you have basically 3 claws coming off. They have kind of these curved edges at the end right there. The back, you know, 3 points, so I don't know if you could, you know, pull his hand backwards and, you know, lock them into something. Underneath you got the hand grips. See, they're both facing different ways, so they actually are 2 different pieces, 2 different molds. So that's cool. All one color, you know, they're that dark gray. Put them aside. Next, we have his knife, which also looks new. We haven't seen this before. Very, very small handle on this. You have this one piece right here. Not sure what that is. That goes into the blade. So maybe this is just a throwing knife. Maybe that's why the fingers are separated, because you can kind of hold it like that, you know, chuck them. But same color as them claws. Very dark gray. Alright, next up we have a piece for his head, and this will be, I guess, the 2 straps hanging off that dangle from the bandana. So bring him back over. You can see the hole in the back of his head, the peg right here, and simply just plug that in. And there you go. So he's got them hanging. Man, this figure looks really great. And last but not least, we have his name, Nunchuk. Nunchucks. We have a pair of them right here. They both seem like they're the same, so we'll put one down. Bring this one up. Same dark gray. This is made out of very, very thin plastic, so it's very flexible. You can see the chain right here, and then the handles with their wrappings, and then move it down to, I guess, the butt end of it. And it almost looks like maybe a dragon face, something, snake face. Something's on there. Can't really tell, it's so small, but there it is. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and gear him up. Not exactly sure how yet, but first I want to take this knife and see if that will actually fit in between them fingers, because it is pretty thin. Not entirely. Unless you want him to bleed first, so he could be holding it like this, you know, getting ready to throw it. That was kind of cool. You could have him, you know, just about to throw it. I like it. Maybe I'll do that because I didn't have any plans for it. But I'll show you where it goes right here in the sheath. So it goes in just like that. We'll get these swords. So one for each side, and I hope I'm putting these in the right way. It seems to go in there just like that, so it seems fine. See how closed his hands are. You know, he holds it fairly well, because as you know, apart from having it a super thin handle, you know, he does have a nice grip on it. You know, it's not wobbling around, not moving, so that's cool. But we'll get that back out because I'm not sure what we're going to do with him yet. Bring his hand back down, and we're going to slide one of these claws on just to take a peek and see how that looks. Get that around the hand. It's got, you can't get it around the bottom fingers. Try to straighten them out real quick. Plug that in like that. So that's how the claw would look on his hand. I'm not overly thrilled with that. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Doesn't look like there's anywhere for them to actually hook on or attach, but there is a spot for the nunchucks, and I'm going to go ahead and put one on. So let's get that lined up. Kind of messy looking the way they're in there, but let's get them pushed through a little further. There we go. We got one pair in. And I'll bring up the other one just to, you know, get an idea how it will look with him swinging. You know, neat. But no, this will actually go on his back too. So it looks like for the claws, I think I'm gonna put one on his left hand for the display, and the other one will have to go back in the box because it doesn't look like there's anywhere to put it. So just kind of slide that up over, get that on his hand, or maybe the other side. Get that kind of slid up over, put on his hand like that. So he's got one claw on. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the other nunchuck on his back because he's not going to actually wield these in my collection for my pose that I have him on the shelf with. He's just going to have these on his back. I don't really see too much use for them at the current time, even though the weapon matching the name. It's just, I don't feel like they're proper for what I want to do with them. Get them pushed down. And now I'm gonna go ahead and give him that sword back. He's kind of got it backhanded. Let's do that. That looks kind of slick. So with the claw on there, you know, a bit of space is being taken up, but that's okay. Still looks good. And then we're going to go ahead and give him his knife back because I like the way that looked. I think that's kind of slick. And he's just going to be prepped to throw it. So we'll give him a little bit of a kind of stance. Not too much. Something like that. Twisting action. So that's how we're going to have him. I'm going to go ahead and throw some Figure Lab stands in his feet, and then we're going to throw him on the turntable and give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right. So here is the G.I. Joe Classified series, number 80 Ralph Nunchuk BUDDUCCI. Cool figure. Super happy we got him early. He really stands out. The sculpt on him is great. You know, he's definitely got some new pieces, some new parts, some new weapons, that new head. Overall, I think the figure is great. I like the shoulder pads. I think the only issue that I do have with the figure is the actual figure himself, and that's the lower parts of the knees. They're not cracking on me. But then again, I don't even know if they are supposed to separate. I think they are double jointed. They look like they are. There is the separation there, but I don't know. I felt like I was going to break it if I pushed it any further because it just wasn't coming apart. But regardless, I got him in the stance I wanted. I don't have to have him in anything else. I think this is fine. Looking at the box art, you can actually see that. I don't know why I didn't notice this, but yes, they are double jointed. You can see how the lower one is cracked right there. They're not doing on the figure. Maybe I'll heat them up and try, you know, after the video, but I'm happy the way it is now, and I'm going to keep him like this. So anyways, we actually picked him up at GameStop. We stopped by there, and they had put him out early, so we got him. And I want to go ahead and throw this up. You know, I know a lot of the people who ordered him from Pulse. Pre-orders went on sale, I believe, last night. Well, technically today at midnight. But yeah, we went in and they had them, so I was like, yeah, just grabbing it now. That way I'll get it done, and I'll use the other one for a trade for a friend of mine who was not able to pick one up. So anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when I post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.